So the Oscars are over. That means my movie year resets, restarts, and I'm ready for the rest of 2023 into 2024. So every year, as you guys may know, I do the Oscar death race. So the last several months have been non-stop movies between screeners, regular new releases, and trying to fit all of the Oscar-nominated films in before the actual Oscars. Now I get to sit back and relax a little bit. I do still have a lot of screeners coming up, but I get to actually look forward to like regular movies that don't necessarily have Oscar potential. It's a little too early. I mean, there are occasionally movies released this early that get nominated the following year, but in general, not so much. So I'm going to take a look from now, which is March 17th through the end of this year. I'm not looking at early next year because, I mean, even studios aren't 100% sure what they're releasing at that point. I'm looking at some of my most anticipated, mostly non-Oscar movies that come out from now until the end of the year. I'm going to go month by month, and let's see what we've got. So for the rest of March, there's only one movie, John Wick Chapter 4. I'm a huge John Wick fan. Although each movie has progressively gotten worse for me. Loved the first John Wick. I thought it was an original idea on the action genre. And Keanu Reeves going through the Keanu-sance. And I adored the movie. The second one was good. The third one was still good, but middling results. I've heard nothing but great things about Chapter 4, so I am truly excited. After that, we jump into April. I've got Air, Courting a Legend, which is the story behind Nike and the Michael Jordan shoe. Doesn't sound super exciting, but the cast is amazing. The trailer, I mean, it hooked me, drug me right in, and I'm excited. I can't help it. After that, or also on April 5th, we have the Super Mario Brothers movie. I am cautiously optimistic, and you'll hear that a few times throughout this video, because while I want it to be good, I don't know, I just don't have that faith. And I really wish that Nintendo and Sega and all of these companies, I mean, I guess Sega isn't really a console or gaming system anymore. Anyway, sorry. I wish they'd all get together because I'd love to see Pikachu and Mario and Sonic all on the big screen together. This is an animated movie. It's not the live action like those, so it's kind of its own thing, but it looks fun. Whether it is or not, we don't know yet, so we'll see. After that, I have Renfield. Nicolas Cage and vampires, I mean, can you go too wrong with that? I don't know. The trailers didn't exactly grab me. They looked fun, but they weren't like, ooh, I am gonna see it, but I'm going in with my expectations at the lowest. After that, Evil Dead Rise, the first wave of reviews just came out yesterday, I think. And they across the board are great reviews, so I am excited for that. I think it's going to be a good addition to that franchise. At this point, I don't think Evil Dead should be a franchise anymore. I think it should just have individual, like, anthology series type stories, because you've got the original series, you've got the remake, you've got Army of Darkness, which is its own thing. I don't think that they should focus on continuing that legacy, and without the main cast member who you all know being in the new one, I think they are kind of going that way. So that's it for April. We jump into May now, a movie that I didn't hear about until I was making this list. Yes, I'm a geek. I can't help it. It's part of my life. But Blackberry apparently is like a bioflick about the creators of the Blackberry. And while that doesn't sound that fun on, surface level, look at The Social Network. That ended up being amazing, and who cares about the creators of Facebook? But I don't know. I just saw it, and it kind of piqued my interest. So May 19th, the following week, we have Fast X. Like them or hate them, the sequels to Fast and the Furious are fun. That's what they are. They're popcorn flicks. They're made to amuse people. They're not going to be great acting. It's not going to be a great script. It's just not the way it is. They're there for big budget explosions and fast cars and just over the top nonsense at this point. And that's fine. I've come to terms with that. May 26th, we've got The Little Mermaid. And despite the issues some people have with it, I'm hooked. Like, Halle Bailey's amazing as an actress, and I really think that this is one of the live action Disney movies that I'm looking forward to. I can't say that about many. Most of them I'm like, but I think there's a lot of potential. Javier Bardem being King Triton, I think, is going to be fun. That whole cast, just the variation in cast, I think, is just going to be an interesting take on the story. I don't know how they're going to do the animals, though. Like, how are you going to do Sir Kiss a Girl and other songs without animals that can talk? I don't know. We'll see. June 2nd, we've got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I liked the first animated Spider-Man. I don't know that was asking for a sequel, though. With Miles Morales being kind of the main focus, that is exciting because he hasn't really gotten the spotlight. But I don't know. I'm, again, tempered expectations. I mean, it's really hard to top Into the Spider-Verse in terms of, like, giving the audience something that they weren't expecting. After that, we've got Transformers Rise of the Beast on June 9th. Whatever you think about the Transformers series, Transformers are my childhood. I loved the cartoon. I loved the toys. And the movies, for the most part, the last night or whatever, it got kind of, But I'm just here for explosions. I'm here for transforming vehicles, and I'm here for having fun. Like, Bumblebee to me seemed kind of a waste because it was just like a rehash of the first Transformers movie, but I still enjoyed it. This has like the potential because the original animation, if you've seen the animation, it was terrible, like in terms of quality. Like, it was the original like CG computer generated animation and just looked horrendous. But this movie looks like it could be fun. So we're getting into that kind of time period where at most we've got like teaser trailers. We really don't have full-length trailers to tell us much about. Pixar's Elemental, there's a ish trailer, but it's still pretty much a teaser. It's hard to go wrong with Pixar, but this also feels a lot like, what was that Emotion one? Like, it feels like they kind of have an idea and they're just holding on to that, and they're like, okay, that's what we're going to do now, but with elements instead of emotions. Why can't I think of the name of that? I'm going to take a little break here, and we're going to figure out Inside Out. Kind of feels like the exact same formula. And I mean, I know they're going different because it's like I don't know. But after that, June 16th as well, The Flash. Oh, The Flash. So, I've not seen Black Adam. I'm not going to see Shazam! Fury of the Gods. The whole DC reset thing has just stolen so much thunder for me. I'm not excited about Black Adam. I'm not excited about Shazam because they're going to be throwaways. They don't mean anything to the larger DC universe at this point. The Flash, though, I'm pretty confident, as well as I think most people are, that that's going to be the reset point. That's going to be like the Flash paradox thing. I don't remember the actual name right now because I'm on camera, but I think that's going to be the reset. I think that's going to explode the start of the new DC universe, and I'm excited for that. Michael Keaton looks like fun in it. Ezra Miller, I'm shocked that DC, Warner Brothers, Discovery, whatever they're called, are pushing as hard as they are with them at the forefront. I don't know. I mean, I wish them well. I don't know the details. Nobody does on everything that's transpired. So I hope they get the help that they need, and I hope this movie's fun. It's great ratings across the board. Everybody said that it's fantastic. So I hope that it's the start of something new for DC, and I hope that it goes the way that it needs to for DC, because I would love to see them join the ranks of Marvel and us get multiple tentpoles from 2 different universes every year of great, solid entertainment. Sorry, I spent more time on that than I should. But next up, July 14th, we've got Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I hate when they do this. Whether it was Twilight or Hunger Games, I don't need 2 parts of one movie. Either give me a long movie or give me a movie that takes place in the same story with 2 different names. I feel like this is lazy. That out of the way, as much as I'm not a Tom Cruise fan, the person, he's one hell of an actor, and his movies are solid across the board. I have no doubt that Dead Reckoning is going to continue the Mission Impossible franchise being amazing, and I'm excited for it. July 21st, we've got 2 movies that I've been anticipating for quite some time, and they couldn't be more different, but it's going to be a fun weekend. We've got Barbie, which, when I first heard the Barbie movie, I was like, oh, this is going to be some animated thing and just on a bigger budget than all the direct-to-video. It's not, though. It's live action. It's got Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling. It just has a lot of potential. Whether you're a Barbie fan or not, if you're a guy, get over yourselves. Admit that this could be fun. Also opening that weekend is Oppenheimer. I know the basics of what the movie's about, but I try to ignore the trailers when I see them because I don't want to know more. I want to go into that and just have fun with it because it looks like it's just going to be crazy. And Christopher Nolan, I mean, it's hard to go wrong with him. So after that, we've got The Haunted Mansion, which I've not seen the trailer for. I know there's a teaser out there, but I've intentionally avoided it. I love the Haunted Mansion ride at Disney. I love the lore behind the Haunted Mansion. The original Eddie Murphy movie was a little but it's got so much potential. I really hope this leads to a new Twilight Zone Tower of Terror movie because that would be fun. That's July 28th. Now we're into August. So this comes with a caveat. I've got the Meg 2, The Trench. As far as I know, it hasn't been rated yet. If it gets an R rating, I'm here for it. I'm super psyched. I'm ready for it because The Meg was a good movie, but just like Megan, could have been so much better if it was rated R. If it's PG-13, I'm not even going to waste my money. I'll watch it when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever later on down the road. So that's a little caveat on that one. Also on August 4th, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. I saw the teaser for this a little while ago. I love that they're doing a deep dive. They've got so many characters in this thing. It's animated. It's kind of a hand-drawn, but it's clearly computer animated. I think it looks like it's going to be fun. I'm a big Turtles fan. I wasn't a fan of the bulkier, big live-action version that they did, but outside of that, most of the Turtles stuff, I'm here for. I love it. I think I think that movie has a lot of potential. August 11th, a movie that I also hadn't heard of until doing this, called The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Demeter. I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is like a spin-off of Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I intentionally, once I read that and saw the teaser poster, I was like, hey, I'm done. I don't want to know more about this. I'm a huge Bram Stoker fan, and I just want to go in blind and just enjoy the experience. Whether I like it or not, we don't know, but we'll find out. That's August 11th, if I didn't say. Then we're down to September. Nothing in September. Wow. October 13th, we have the sequel to the original Exorcist called The Exorcist. I'm so tired of this. Horror movie creator, script writers who publicize. I don't know who determines the name of a movie. It's probably the studio. Stop this. We don't need Halloween and Scream and The Exorcist. These are new movies. I don't care if you're trying to grab the core audience. If you called this The Exorcist Part 37, people would still go see it. Stop naming sequels, reboots, whatever, the same as the original movie. Nobody likes that. If you like that, tell me in the comments because I'm curious. I don't like that. I'm again cautiously optimistic. I'm glad it's not a remake like I thought it was going to be originally, because that movie doesn't need remade. And I'll get to something later on. October 27th, Saw 10. Kind of along the same lines of the Fast and the Furious franchise. These movies are what they are. They know what they are. I'm sure there'll be another Paranormal Activity movie again eventually. These are just regular sequels that may not be amazing, but they are there for what they are there for, if that makes sense. That's October 27th. November 3rd, I have Dune Part 2. So I was not a big fan of Dune. I thought they did too much world building and not enough content wise, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it could be fun for what it is, but it didn't hook me. But I rewatched the original Dune movie after watching that, and the content, they followed really closely the first portion of that movie. So I think they'll continue that, and I'm here to see Timothée Chalamet riding a sandworm. That's all I'm saying. I think there'll be a lot more action and content in the second one, so I am going to give it a try and hope that it's what I want it to be. November 10th, we have The Marvels. I'm a hit or miss. I mean, Captain Marvel's not that amazing to me, but Ms. Marvel, the TV series, I really enjoyed. I don't know. I mean, I think by that point, Marvel will have their stuff together and will be, back to Marvel standards. So I'm hoping that it's fun. 3 super powered heroes all on the same page or all on the same screen. I don't know what type of villain they're going to have, though. Because, I mean, those 3 combined are going to be able to stop pretty much anything unless they split them up into like 3 different villains. I don't know. November 17th, we've got The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds, and Snakes. So I like The Hunger Games. I enjoyed the movies. Jennifer Lawrence did, obviously a great job and got the start that she got because of those. I would like to see this be a darker take on the franchise. The fans of the franchise are now older. It doesn't need to be the young adult. Is this based on a book? I don't know if this is based on a book or not. But the fans are older now. I think the content can mature with them. I would like to see a much darker, almost historical take on the Hunger Games, like seeing why the Hunger Games, did what they did. I don't know if it's a prequel, a sequel, what it is. December 15th, a few weeks after Timothée Chalamet, we're getting more Timothée Chalamet in Wonka. I like Willy Wonka. Whether it's the book, the first movie, the newer movie with Johnny Depp, this being a prequel, I think adds a whole new thing to the world of Wonka, because we don't really know where Wonka came from and why he is the way he is. So I think there's a lot of potential there to see a new character really shine and take the spotlight. I mean, Willy Wonka has been the main focus in those movies, but this is a younger Wonka, potentially, learning where his roots come from. December 20th, I don't know anything about this. I intentionally have avoided it. I don't know who's directing it. I don't know anything. We have The Color Purple, and I put this here not because I'm super excited about it, but last year we had All Quiet on the Western Front remade, which I didn't think needed to be remade. The year before that, we had West Side Story being remade, which I didn't think needed to be remade. This year we have The Color Purple being remade, which I don't necessarily think needs to be remade. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is going to be amazing, but it's on my radar because I'm curious. Last but certainly not least, also on December 20th, we have Ghostbusters Afterlife 2, which I don't think is going to be the title that they go with. But I wasn't a huge fan of Afterlife, but it had enough potential and gave the characters enough to do. McKenna Grace is fantastic, and I think she's going to be a big star if she keeps going at the rate that she was. So yeah, that's the year that I'm looking forward to. Mixed into all of this, there's going to be a lot of other movies that I didn't cover in this because there's going to be a lot of movies that I need to see because of their Oscar potential. But these are the movies that I'm looking forward to just from a pure fandom standpoint, like things that I'm excited about. That's 27 movies in the next, from now till the end of the month. Will they all pan out to be great? Probably not. Will some of them be great? I hope so. But, that's a one day at a time thing. And that's all I've got now. I've kept you guys long enough for 20 minutes. So, do the whole subscribe, bell thing, do all that stuff, because the more of that you do, the more content I feel like I can create, because I don't know what's going to happen over on other platforms. So I'm going to put a heavier focus here. But if I don't have people watching and commenting and subscribing, does that serve a lot of purpose? Either way, I appreciate every one of you, genuinely. I mean, with such a small community right now, each one of you mean the world to me. So, do the thing. Make sure to comment, interact with me. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll let you know what I think about things too. So, as always, thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.